In this classic heated interview with Anderson Cooper, two opposing guests debated over former President Donald Trump's alleged racist remarks towards a predominantly black football team. Welcome back to Resist the Mainstream, reporting the news that the mainstream won't. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and of course hit that notification bell to stay up to date with classic videos like we're about to witness. Well, this clip kicks off to a fiery start as conservative personality Paris Denard defended the former president's tweets, claiming that being petty or childish either goes both ways or it doesn't. This was in response to the Twitter rivalry between Trump that he shared with NBA star LeBron James. We can all agree he's a sissy, but he's good at what he does, but he is a protester when it all comes down to it. He's an activist. Cooper and activist Cornel West were quick to disapprove, claiming Trump initiated the conflict and was therefore subject to James' response.
Paris, what does it say to you that the president doesn't focus on what Dr. West is talking about and what Melania Trump certainly was trying to focus on, and instead just goes after him, calling him dumb? And same with Don Lemon, as he's called Maxine Waters low IQ and others.
What we know about this president is that he doesn't attack first, but he always responds. He responds to you if he feels that he's said something said about him that is negative or harsh. He'll respond to someone who's black. He'll respond to someone that's a woman. He'll respond to someone that's white. That's just how the president was when he was a private citizen, a candidate, and now the president. The real focus should be on the president supporting things like charter schools and school choice and parental choice, and trying to figure out ways how we can improve school systems across the country, not just in Akron, Ohio, which I think is a positive thing, but I think and hope that LeBron James and others will come to the table with the federal government, with the Trump administration, and try to find ways to make this solution more of a national solution, not just singularly focused on Akron, Ohio, which is still a very good thing.
But of course, none of that was said by the President of the United States, Dr. West. What he did say and what he has said before about Congresswoman Waters and is one of the oldest kind of racist tropes, racist attacks on African Americans in this country, questioning the intelligence of it. It was an obsession among racists, for centuries.
No, I think there's no doubt. We've got a whole line and lineage of racist, misogynist, homophobic things said about this president. But I mean, that's like saying the sky is blue and grass is green. The challenge is, and I was raised in such a way, you don't get in the gutter with a gangster. You respond with positive ways of accenting greatness, service, vision, struggle, courage. This cycle can go on and on and on with him saying these kinds of things. When he talked about Sister Maxine Waters having a low IQ, now we know that's racist and sexist to the core, but you don't respond by trying to somehow react and simply counter what he's saying.
A quick point that just to correct Dr. West, the president, again, is not the one that is on the attack. He is always responding to things that have been said to him about by Congressman Waters, by LeBron James, by others. And so the president is not sitting here going on the attack. He's responding to.
That's
an important distinction.
That's the response of a 12-year-old.
I never thought I'd see the day where we're actually arguing about Queen LeBron James. I mean, the argument pressed further as both parties continue to speak over one another. As always, Cooper repeatedly defended West as Denard was backed into a corner. Cooper then condescendingly assumed Denard was only speaking the way he was under some kind of presumed threat to his image, being a Trump supporter. However, Denard quickly corrected Cooper, claiming that he had been a conservative since he was 16 and that he was a grown man. It was disappointing to watch Cooper take such a sense of superiority over his guest and treat him like a helpless idiot rather than an intellectual opponent. Fortunately, Denard wasn't afraid to call him out and speak his mind freely and clearly without room for misinterpretation.
Right. It's fascinating to me, though, Paris. I get you're a supporter of the president, and that's your gig, and you can't publicly break from him because then you'll get in trouble, I guess. But
Anderson, actually, you're wrong. I'm a grown man, and I have my own opinions. I don't work for the Trump administration. I never worked for the campaign, and they don't pay me. So I have my own opinions, and I've been a Republican since I was 16 years old. Thank you.
Okay. So let me ask you, you see no problem with the President of the United States going to the state of Alabama and calling African-American football players who are exercising their right, whether you agree with them or not, sons of bitches, and that they should be fired, saying that in the state of Alabama with all the history that we know in the state of Alabama, saying that in a public forum, and then calling Maxine Waters low IQ multiple times, and then calling Don Lemon stupid or whatever he called them, and LeBron James dumb, you don't believe that there is any commonality in the criticisms, his go-to criticisms on African Americans. You don't see any through line to this.
Well, Anderson, I have said on CNN a number of times, and even said privately in the West Wing, that I did not think it was appropriate or the right word.
I'm just wondering, do you see a through line in it? Do you see
let me finish saying that it was right to say sons of bitches. I did not think that was appropriate, and I think that was smart. And I said that wasn't a good thing to do. I've said it on the CNN, and I said it privately in the West Wing. Now, I do see a commonality in all of these statements that the president is doing, and the common denominator is the president is responding to people who have said things that have been negative or harsh, or that have attacked him personally, or attacked his family, or attacked his character. The president has done this to African Americans, to white people, to white men, to white women, to members of his own cabinet.
The problem with Cooper's analysis, and everybody at CNN, let's be honest, of the former president's tweets, is that he's automatically viewing it from the perspective of racism rather than taking it at face value for what it is: trash talk. Trump is known for his bravado and aggressive personality, and his comments are driven by pride and confidence, not hate or discrimination. Do a background check and see who this guy has financed in the past, like Jesse Jackson. The list goes on. To confuse this with racist motives or intentions is a stretch, to say the least. As the interview came to a close, Denard agreed that while Trump's comments were not racist by any means, they were merely a poor choice of words coming from a position of power. Nothing more than two celebrities trash-talking one another. What's new? Everybody trash-talks each other every day, so now we're going to be mad that these rich guys are doing it and people of power are doing it?
I mean, a 12-year-old can't stop themselves. If somebody says something, they say something equally mean or worse. Or a 5-year-old, this is the president of the United States. I mean, he watched an interview in which LeBron James is talking about this extraordinary thing that he's doing, and speaking about it in a really beautiful way about getting kids, the power of a bicycle and a helmet for a kid that when he was a kid, and going out and being able to see other worlds and giving him a sense of freedom, and he took none of that away from this. All he said is, he tweets, Don Lemon made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. I mean, that's...
Well, Anderson, you can gloss over the facts of what LeBron James actually said about the president, which was not positive. I don't understand why he was even talking about President Trump in this interview about his wonderful school.
Because he was asked a question about him.
Exactly. And I don't understand why in past tweets he's gone after on the attack about President Trump. So if you want to call the president or the antics of the president as a child, then you can say that LeBron James is acting like a child, because he is saying these things that are petty, that are childish about the president of the United States. So either it goes both ways or it doesn't.
No. LeBron was telling the truth. It was Donald Trump who called the black athletes sons of bitches. It was Donald Trump who mistreated Stephen Curry and the others who hadn't even planned on going to the White House. So, Brother Paris, let's just be honest. I mean, here we go again. Now, let's just be honest. It's Trump who's using this kind of vicious language.
Vicious language? So if that's vicious,
that's right,
then LeBron James calling the president via Twitter bum would be vicious as well.
I mean, what do you think about Trump's long history of insulting comments? That's why he gained followers. That's why he gained an audience. That's why he's gained the support he has, because he's real. He's not like these CNN hosts who have to sugarcoat everything and make everything about racism. It's terrible. It's garbage. Till next time, I'm Steve Inman with Resist the Mainstream, reporting the news that the mainstream won't. Remember to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our classic content. Make sure to leave a comment below. That way we can see what's on your mind as well.